Hello, Scorpio. This is Citrina, and this is your June 2018 horoscope. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on for you this month. Okay, let's start off with Mercury because Mercury is going to be in Gemini until the 12th of the month. Okay, now for you, Mercury will fall in Gemini in your house 8. Now, your house 8 is all about transformation. It's about other people's money. It's about shared resources, things of that nature. So for you, when Mercury is in Gemini, you tend to be a fast talker. You tend to be detached emotionally, things of that nature. So that's just something for you to watch out for because you will be trying to learn a lot of different things when Mercury is in Gemini. So let's say you and your partner or let's say shopping for life insurance. You'll be shopping a lot of different insurance companies, taking in all of that information so that you can decide which one you want to go with. Things of that nature. So that's something to look forward to. Now also, Mercury moves into Cancer on the 12th. Okay, so the energy of Mercury in Cancer, when Mercury is in Cancer, you tend to communicate your feelings very easily. Okay, now for you, Mercury is going to be in Cancer in your 9th house. And the 9th house deals all with philosophy, higher education, long distance travel, the law, things of that nature. So for you, as far as those areas, you will be communicating very effectively. So if you have any legal situations you're dealing with, you will be getting your point across very directly. Okay? You will be communicating how you feel about the different topics. You'll be communicating very effectively. So that's really great for you. Now, Mercury does move into Leo on the 29th. Okay? So when Mercury is in Leo, you love talking about yourself, okay? So this is a great time for interviews. It's a great time to pitch any ideas, and which is great because for you, Mercury in Leo falls in your 10th house of careers. So as far as on your job, if you are, let's say you are going out for other positions, this is a great time for you to interview because you will love talking about yourself. You will have no apprehensions about talking about yourself. And it falls in your 10th house. So this is saying that this is a great time for you to sell yourself. You know, if you're trying to get that promotion, this is a great time for you to sell yourself. Okay? If you have your own business, this is a great time for you to get new clients. Go out to some networking events, socialize with some people, reel them in because you will love talking about yourself. You won't have any apprehensions about talking about yourself. So that's really great. Okay, now let's look at Venus. Venus will be in Cancer until the 13th of the month. Okay, so now for you, Venus in Cancer falls in your 9th house. So again, this is about forming emotional bonds. And you will also have a magnetic personality during this time. So if you have any legal situations you're dealing with, this is a great time to deal with it because you will tend to win people over. Okay, so if you have a case, if you're going to court or whatever you're doing, you have a great chance of winning people over during this time. Okay, when Venus is here in Cancer and it's in your 9th house dealing with the law. So remember, if you have any legal situations you're dealing with, this is a great time to do it because you will have that magnetic personality, Scorpio. Let's see what else is going on with Venus. Venus moves into Leo on the 13th of the month. Now, when Venus is in Leo, you will want to splurge. You will like shopping. You will also like romantic attention, okay? You would like people to adore you, like, you know, just admire you for something. Now, for you, Venus in Leo falls in your 10th house of careers. So don't be surprised if someone at work makes a pass at you during this time period. Venus is going to be in Leo from the 13th of the month all the way through the end of the month. So during that time period, don't be surprised if someone you work with makes a pass at you. Okay? Because remember, you're going to have that magnetic personality. And then when Venus moves into Leo, you will be attracting a lot of romantic attention. And you will love it because when Venus is in Leo, you love being admired. You know, like you just have this kind of magnetism about you where people just admire you. So that's something to look forward to. Now, let's see what else is going on. Let's look at Mars. Mars will be in Aquarius all month long. Okay. So when Mars is in Aquarius, this is an energy where you are looking for new ways to do things. And for you, Scorpio, Mars falls in your 4th house, which is dealing with your home and your family life. So Scorpio, for you this month, you will be trying to find new ways to do things with your family, which is perfect. This is the summertime and we're always trying to find things to do with our kids, you know, because we don't have to worry about, you know, getting them back in. Like, let's say you're thinking about taking the kids out of town somewhere. You don't have to worry about getting back in time for them to go to school on Monday morning. So, you know, you have the summer. So you will be thinking about different things to do at home and family. And now it could also be, let's say, some type of home project you've been thinking about doing. You'll be thinking about different ways to do it. You know, even let's say you have a garden. You might be rearranging that. So remember, when Mars is in Aquarius, or when Mars is in whatever house in your chart, it's all about trying to find new ways to do things. Now, Mars goes retrograde on June 26th. So whatever you're trying to think about, a different way to do it, you need to do it before Mars goes retrograde. Because what happens is that when Mars goes retrograde, Mars doesn't want to do anything, okay? Mars is all about movement, initiations, things of that nature. So when Mars is retrograde, it has the opposite effect. So when Mars is retrograde, you won't feel like, you know, initiating anything. It will be retrograde until August 26th. So try to initiate whatever you want to initiate before Mars goes retrograde. Now, if you have Mars retrograde in your chart, you will have the opposite effect. During this time period, you will be full of energy. Everybody will be looking at you like, wow, where does she get that energy? And it's because when Mars is retrograde in your chart, you are more of a slow-moving person. Not that you're lazy or anything, but it's just that if you were born under Mars retrograde, that you tend to be maybe a slower moving person. You know, I mean, you still get things done. You're still successful, but you kind of have the opposite effect versus if you were not born with Mars retrograde. Anyway, let's keep moving on. Let's look at Uranus or Uranus, however you want to say it. Now, for you, Uranus will be in Taurus in house 7. It will be there until the year 2026, okay? Remember, Uranus is, wherever Uranus is in your chart, for you, this is in house 7, it's all about sudden change, and it's about surprises, okay? So Uranus is looking for you to make changes in this area of your life, your relationships, whether it's business relationships or whether it's romantic relationships or even contracts. Maybe you have a long-standing contract, business contract with someone is looking for you to make a change, okay, and a change for the better, okay? So even if you are in a long-term relationship, it's looking for you to make a change for the better in that area of your life. So just keep that in mind because Uranus will be there until the year 2026. So between now and 2026, expect to see major changes in your relationships, whether it's romantic relationships such as marriages, whether it's business relationships, whether it's contracts. Let's say you're self-employed and you have a long-standing contract, let's say with the government. Look to make major changes in those relationships between now and the year 2026. Okay, so let's keep moving on because we have another great aspect. We have Jupiter trine Neptune. Now, whenever planets trine one another, this is giving you extra luck in the area that they fall in. So for you, Scorpio, you have Jupiter in your first house and you have Neptune in your fifth house. So in those areas, your house 1 and house 5, you will have extra luck in those areas. House 1 is all about how you appear to people, okay? So you might have great luck in changing, how you look. Your appearance might change for the better. You'll have luck in that area. Let's say you go to the beauty salon. You'll walk in and they'll be like, "Oh, congratulations, you qualify for a free makeover." And you get the look that you've been waiting for years, but just didn't have the money to pay for. Something like that. That's just an example. So that's an example of luck in house 1. Now, house 5 is all about fun. It's about creativity. It's about romance. So for you, you might have some luck in the romance area in relation to maybe your new look. Maybe once you get you have your new look, you'll meet someone and they'll take you out and just, you have a bunch of romance in your life during this time period. Or if you're an artist, you might get an investor who wants to invest in your the opening of an art gallery for you. Things of that nature. House 5 deals with creativity. It deals with fun. It deals with kids. It deals with romance. So another example I can give, house 1 is all about you. House 5 can be about kids. So if you are trying to get pregnant, if you've been trying to have kids, you just might get pregnant this month, okay? So that's something to look forward to. Or if you are trying to adopt children, you might finally get the news that you have been approved to be able to adopt your baby, okay? Adopt a child. So that's really great luck. Whenever you have a trine like this in your chart, this is your solar chart. It's really great for you. Okay, now remember, this is a general horoscope for all Scorpios. So some of this might slightly differ based on what is in your birth chart. So based on the chart from when you were born, it might change a little bit of what's going on here. That's why it's important to get a birth chart reading, because you'll know what is going on. And you can always compare your birth chart to whatever is going on a daily basis, okay? This is just general. Now, the sun will go into Cancer on the 21st. So as of the 21st, it's going to be Cancer birthday season. Now, the full moon will be in Capricorn on June 28th. So for all of you who like to do your full moon rituals, or for some of you who base your garden on the cycles of the moon, the full moon will be in Capricorn on June 28th. Okay? But you can get that information in the Farmer's Almanac too. I'm a gardener, and I definitely use the cycles of the moon to plant my vegetables every year. Okay, so I mean, you'll be surprised. I mean, there's a certain time based on the cycle of the moon. There's a certain time that is great for planting. There's a certain time that's great for watering. There's a certain time that's great for pulling up the weeds, things of that nature. Okay, so let's look at the new moon, because the new moon will be in Gemini on June 13th. So I'm just going to pull one card to see what you should concentrate on at the new moon. Now, because I don't have your birth chart, because if you have your birth chart, you just find out where Gemini falls in your chart, and like a certain degree, things of that nature. I mean, it gets deeper than this, but Since I don't have your birth chart and I can't look at it and tell what you need to concentrate on at the new moon, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Okay, Scorpio, so I'm going to pull one card for you. Okay, shuffle one more time. You can see me shuffling. Bop, bop, bop. Bam. Now, I don't read reverse cards on, I don't read reverse on oracle cards. Okay, so for you, Scorpio, you need to concentrate on wisdom. And let's see, that house 9. Yeah, that's right. Because remember, you have Venus in Cancer in house 9. And you also have Mercury in Cancer in house 9. House 9 is all about higher education, law, long distance journeys, things of that nature. So for you, you need to concentrate on obtaining wisdom. Maybe something that you've been thinking about studying. Maybe if you've been thinking about studying astrology or getting into the Kabbalah, things of that nature, this is a great time for you to start that. Remember, the new moon is all about beginnings. So for you, whatever you've been over the years thinking about one day studying or one day, you know, just getting into, this is a great time for you to do it. Okay, Scorpio, so this has been your June 2018 horoscope. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And share this video with any Scorpio you know out there who might benefit from it. And you can always contact me for a reading, whether it's a tarot reading or a birth chart interpretation reading. I will be happy to get that out to you. And until next month, Scorpio, have a great month.